everybody, Silla here one more time with Kardec UK and ready to continue chapter 4 on the book The Gospel According to Spiritism, that one, if you're following the same book. Today we are at page 47. We're going to continue since we stopped 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry I didn't record last week, so I'll be behind. Chapter 4 is an extensive chapter. In my opinion, one of the most special and the most necessary, one of those that could not be a small chapter anyhow. Is about accept a man to be born again. He cannot see kingdom of God, which is all about reincarnation, which is the basis of the Spiritism. That's what we believe. We believe in reincarnation. This chapter explains why and how and where we can see that in the Bible. So without further ado, let's get into reading. So I'm sorry, I try to not read as much as I can. I try to explain more than reading, but there's no way to go around this chapter, so it's going to be a lot of reading, so I'm sorry. So let's get on with before too late. So starting here, the words, the wind blow where it wishes, and you hear the sound, but know not from whence it comes nor where it goes. And referring to the spirits of God, to the Spirit of God, who gives life to whom he wishes, or rather to the soul of man. The words you know, nor here it comes from, nor where it goes, signifies that we don't know who the Spirit had been previously, or who it will be in the future. If the spirit of the soul was created at the same time as the body, we will know where it came from, because we will know its beginning. Which way you look at this passage, it confirms the principle of the pre-existence of the soul, and subsequently the plurality of existences. So meaning, if we will be born and die, that's it. We knew if the soul was made with the body, we know it start here and end here, as many people believe it does, but it is more into it, and we all know, and we can feel on us. So continuing, that will show you more things. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. All the prophets and all the law prophesied until John. And if you will receive it, this is Elias, which was for to come. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. Matthew 11:12-15. So pretty much saying that John was Elias before, so he is the reincarnation of Elias. So following through, another explanation. Okay, that was a part taken from the Bible, but now what this will explain. Even if the doctrine of reincarnation as expressed with John might be interpreted in principle in a purely mystic sense, the same could not have with this passage from Matthew, which does not permit any ambiguity. He is Elias, who was to come. So there we go. Here that is nothing figurative, nothing allegorical, only a complete affirmation. Since the time that John the Baptist to today, the kingdom of heaven is seized by violence. What do the word means when John the Baptist was still alive at the moment? Jesus explained then to us when he said, if you wish to understand what I'm saying, this is Elias who was to come. Therefore, if John was Elias, Jesus alludes to the time when John was living under the name of Elias. Till the present time, the kingdom is seasoned by violence. It's another allusion to the violence of the Mosaic laws, which order the extermination of the infidels, so that the rest might attain the promised land, the paradise of the Hebrews. Whereas, according to the new law, heaven was to be won by charity and kindness. Jesus then adds, "He that had ears to hear, let him hear." Those words are frequently uttered by him, telling us that not everyone was in the condition to understand certain truths, meaning at the time not everybody was ready to hear certain things, and that was because we're not prepared. Back in the day, things were very you believe in certain things just because you believe that, just because your parents pass on to you. So this is really for the people at the time that would think for themselves, which is not common as today. Less pretentious was today. It would be here in a different way because we're more prepared nowadays. Basically, that's what he's trying to say. 12. Thy dead man. Okay, this is another saying by Isaac. Isaac. Thy dead men shall live. Together with my dead body shall they arise. Awake and sing, yet thou dwell in dust. For thy dew it is and the dew of the herbs, and the earth shall cast out the dead. Isaac 26:19. Sorry, it's not Isaac, it's Isaiah. Sorry, I say wrong. This passage from Isaiah is also explicit. Thy dead man shall live again. If the prophet had wished to speak of a spiritual life, if he had intended to say that those who had been executed were not dead spiritually speaking, he would have said, they are still alive, and not they will live again. Because basically he would say they're still alive in heaven or in another place, but not they will live again. Because what he said was really explicit, wasn't? In the spiritual sense, these words would be a contradiction because they will imply an interruption in the life of the soul. In this sense of moral regeneration, they would be a denial of eternal suffering because they establish in principle that all those who are dead will one day come back to life. Alright, so this part here, for me personally, what he's saying is that, okay, I think it affirms in two different ways. One, when you say they are still alive, he didn't say that. He say they will. They will live again. That was what he said. It means they will live again, come back into another life. So that means we're looking to reincarnation, right? So this confirms that reincarnation study we're doing there. However, it also could mean they will live again, like in another life, in another spiritual life, which also confirms that there is life after death. So even if you don't return, your soul still go on. So you don't die and just kaput, finish there. It is life, and this confirms either way. Of course, it's talking about reincarnation, talking about coming back to earth, but it's also given a very explicit meaning that doesn't end when you die. So one way or another, you will continue, living. Anyways, following through, I just want to see a few notes I put in here about just what we talk about. Okay, we talk about the ears, the ones that have ears. No one problem is that. Okay, one of the things that that's not me saying, that was saying by another channel in a Brazilian YouTube channel when I read what they talk about this subject, is that men, we all have religions, right? We all have Catholic or Protestant, whatever religion we are part of. And the problem is that most of the religions, they don't turn into what's going on today. They go by what happened during Jesus' time on earth, like the Bible. But um, what they base their religion and their concepts are into what man that was living back in the day from Jesus' time wrote on the Bible, which is quite fair, is all we have to go by. However, as I say here, not all them these men were really prepared at the time to pass on and understand the information, like, because not everybody really understood. But the Bible itself has been through so many translation changes, so many the customs at the time. We don't know exactly if it was exactly said what was said. We don't know. There's parts that probably disappear. There's so much stuff that has been changed and told to this day by people back in the day that was not completely understand, and they modified it according, not in an evil way, but they modified things according to what they understood at the time. So it's really hard to, when you rely on a religion and they have their schemes, not schemes, but how can I say, they have their what they look into and what they believe, and all the rules and regulations and whatever they follow, that are made based in very old and not always understood information, basically. I'm sorry if I use the wrong words, but that's what I mean too. Like they've been, and they've been following this for so many years that right now would be quite different if everything was being to be read and translated today, because we have we have more understanding. So hope you stay with me on my thoughts. But this is just somebody explained this, and this is somebody else's point of view, and I'm just trying to gather and put together here for you. Anyways, let's follow through. Let's continue. 14. This is another passage. But when a man had died once, when his body, separate from his spirit, has been consumed, what happens to him? Have died once, can a man live again? In the war in which I find myself each day of my life, I await my mutation. That's Job 14:10-14. Translation taken from Le Maistre of Sacy. Then we have, sorry, my French is horrible, I know, but when a man dies, he loses all his strength, expires afterwards. Where is he? If a man dies, will he live again? Will I wait to the days of my combat until there comes some mutation? Taken from the Protestant translation of Osterwald. Alright, now another one. It's pretty much the same, but when a man is dead, he lives forever. When men of existence on earth have finished, I will wait, seeing that I shall return again. Taken from the Greek translation. So all these translations here, they're all talking the same thing. Let's see what it is. In these three translations, the principle of plurality of existence of clearly expressed. Nobody can imagine that the Job was referring to regeneration of baptismal water, which for sure he had never heard of. Man having died once, can he live again? The idea of dying once reliving implies dying and living many times. The Greek version is more explicit in that it's possible when my days of existence on earth are finished, I will wait for it, I will return again, or return again to earth. This is so clear as if someone were saying, I leave my house, but I will return. In the world in which I find myself each day of my life, I wait for my mutation. Here, Job evidently was referring to the struggles against the miseries of life. I wait my mutation, meaning he was resigned. In the Greek version, I will wait seem that to my apply more preferable to my new after that. Oh, sorry. Prefer to the new existence. Sorry, so I will do it again. I will wait seems more apply more preferably to the new existence. When my experience has ended, I will wait, seeing that I shall return again. It is as if a job after that place himself in an eternal which separates off life from another and says, there is will wait until the moment of return. Yeah, so basically that's what they're saying. 16. So there is no doubt that under the name of resurrection, the principle of reincarnation was fundamental belief to the Jews, at point which Jesus and some prophets in general confirmation, and however, and from which it follows that to deny reincarnation is also to deny the words of the Christ one day. However, when they have been well meditated upon without preconceived ideas, his words will be recognized as authority of this point as well one many others. So, all right, this is what I was trying to explain before. I'm sorry, I could not. Is the preconceived ideas? That's what was going on at the time. So, like, what I was trying to say is that the Bible has been changed so much, has been rewritten, and then the preconceived ideas kind of interfere with that. So some things probably are not said the way it was, precisely said, or they modify something to the understanding of the time. Because if you see, the Bible is not only a report, it's other people telling us the stories. And when those texts got into the hands of the church, and then a lot of things was modified, and a lot of things were left out, and there was, but the main idea is that, reincarnation makes sense, right? So that's all the name resurrection, reincarnation fundamental. Okay, 16. So there is no doubt that under the name of resurrection, the principle of reincarnation was fundamental belief of the Jews, a point which Jesus and the prophets in general confirm, from which it follows that to deny reincarnation is also to deny the words of Christ one day. However, when they have been meditated upon without preconceived ideas, his word will be recognized as authority on this point as well as many others. All right, sorry, I read again. I know that, but I just want to go over one more time. 17. From the religious point of view, we added that this authority of philosophical view of the proofs resulting from the observance of the facts. When we try to discover from the effects what we cause might be, reincarnation becomes absolute necessity, an inherent part of humanity, in a word of law of nature. By its very result, it becomes evident that material manner, so to speak, in the same way that hidden matter reveals itself by its movements. It is the only way man can find out where he came from, where he is going to, where he's going and why he's here on earth, and still be able to justify the many abnormalities and all the apparent injustice which presents themselves during life. All right, I'm gonna put injustice here. Without the principle or the pre-existence of the soul and the plurality of the existence, the maxims of the Gospels in the most part becomes unintelligible, which is then reason why they have sorry, the reason why they have given rise to so many contradictions interpretations. This is only principle which will restore then to their true and original meaning. Alright, so I swear guys, I didn't read this before. I'm reading with you. So what we talked before, we're getting to this point now. So basically what this is saying is that the idea of reincarnation is so explicit, so evident in the Bible, and not even the Bible as the translations from the Greek and the other ones. It's there. It's just like, who doesn't see that? Who doesn't want to? The ones hear, the ones that want to hear. Anyways, following through, what they're saying here is that hopefully this is going to become so evident now that it's going to become part of nature. The nature, natural causes, like we die, we come back. It's no big deal. It's the same. The part I read about abnormalities and appearance injustices which presents itself during life. Okay, this injustice I highlighted because when you see, let's say for example, somebody live in 1842, I'm just picking an example, and during his life there he killed a friend because he thought the friend was trying to seduce his wife at the time, and then they all die, and then years and years after they come back to another life. Now 2000, like 2000 2024 now, this person is adult, right? And the person that he killed in the past life, let's say, is his dad in this life, and the lady that he loved in the past life now is his mom. So this person will learn how to love the person that he killed as a father, and the mother, will be in between both men, and then his job in this life is to do better and forgive and forget, because you still have your subconscious, like reminders of the past life. So that all comes in play, and that's what is this an injustice? I don't think it's an injustice. I think it's like as a result of his choices in the past life. So in this life he comes like in a certain situation and he has to go through, because we are here in this world to prove ourselves and to do better. And if we are by any means having to go through certain things, maybe is just what was chosen for this life, or a result of something we done this life, but many times is a result of something we done in past lives, and now we have to repent and pay for that. And it's not paying, it's more learn how to remedy the situations in a better way, learn how to love our enemies, learn how to be cheerful, learn how to be not ungrateful, learning all those things. And I'm not saying you're gonna do something good today and tomorrow you're gonna have a result. None of that. It means you're gonna do something good today, and the results will come when you pass away, and maybe in the next life you will be in a better world than this one we live, or in a worse, depends how you do here. So that's one of the things that this chapter is bringing. Like I say, to me, reincarnation is the basis of Spiritism is like the foundation of everything, is the explanation why. Like I say, Spiritism is not a religion, it's a doctrine, which means you can have any religion, you can be in any religion, really. This just explains a little bit more the Bible, if you follow the Bible, explains a little bit more other religions like Hindus or whatever, even though Hindus they believe in afterlife anyways. But what I'm trying to say is this is just a complement to any religion. So you don't have to change your religion. Like in Brazil, I through some YouTube shows, because I'm living here in the UK now, I'm not in Brazil, I learned that is some amazing Franciscan priests. They are spiritists as well. So they are they don't have two religions. They have they follow the Franciscan order, but yet they are spiritualists. Like they believe in Allan Kardec, and that explains. Also, we have many African religions there, and it all comes back to these teachings from Allan Kardec. And I mean, Catholicism is the biggest one, I think, because that makes a lot of sense to what you're learning in the church. Protestants, I have friends that are Protestants, and they are also spiritualists. It's like so many, it complements everything. So like I say, not a religion, it's just a complement to the religions we have going on today. And I do believe that maybe someday we don't gonna have religion. Maybe it's just gonna be just one understand. And when it says here, maybe in the future, when reincarnation become a natural thing, a natural law, for everybody, it's gonna be so normal that we're gonna understand better. We don't gonna need to have different religions. We're just gonna have the understanding of everything. All right, so I'm gonna stop talking because enough done. So I hope you enjoyed this, and we didn't really finish the chapter, but I think this is where we're gonna stop. Maybe not. I'm gonna read the rest and I decide. Maybe we're gonna start chapter 5 next. But anyways, have a good day. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see all my other videos from the beginning, is just go to my channel, and there is a list there, not too many. And yes, and let's go keep on going and learning. All right, thank you, bye.